As we mentioned in previous presentation that we started with sequential statements, you please refer that video as well. So where I have listed out all the sequential statements in mentioned in Vhdl programming language, like starting with process, then we have seen in that presentation assert, report, uh, in general list of all the statements, like and we begin with wait statement. Now through this presentation, few more sequential statements just we are going to discuss. So first one is signal assignment statement. So signal assignment statement is typically considered a concurrent statement rather than a sequential statement. It can be used as sequential statement but has the side effect of obeying the general rules for when the target actually gets updated. In particular, signal cannot be declared within process or subprogram but must be declared is some other appropriate scope. Thus, the target is updated in the scope where the target is declared when the sequential code reaches its end or encounters a wait or other event that triggers the update. Say, for example, like here, just I want to change this. I've done. So when it is used, any some such example like signal 1, signal 2, uh, like this, say anything it may be. So this way just the assignment operator is used and you can have the signal assignment. Like here it can be plain assignment. Here there is some statement involving some operation, and here that may be with some after clause. So like that we can do. Then there is a variable statement where assign value of an expression to a target variable. Like say for example a colon equal to, this is a symbol. In case of signal there was arrow equal to, here it is colon equal to, some expression is there that may be arithmetic or boolean or whatever, say like this. Then there is a procedure call statement. So call a procedure. For that syntax is label, then procedure name and the parameters. So and then maybe say for example here compute is a procedure. So stuff is a assigned equal to a, b assigned equal to c plus d, some positional association, and then that may be executed as a part of procedure. So conventionally this is not much required. With our standard statements it is enough, like it will be sufficient to write the program. Now there is most popular if statement. So conditional structure is if whatever is a condition, then and sequence of statement, then else if, here else if, not else if, uh, here continuous else if, condition 2, then there may be something, so like that. And maybe after multiple some such else if statements, last will be else, and then there will be in the end if. So like if a equal to b, then c is assigned equal to a. Else if b less than c, then d assigned equal to b, b assigned equal to c. Else, say for example I have written here do it, some sort of a label is given, then end if. Or maybe here something else we can make here some sort of a statement, general statement as well, maybe enter into high impedance state or some sort of assignment statement, anything we can do. So this is a general syntax of if statement. Then there is a case statement which is very popular again as far as sequential programming or statements are is considered. Then there is a syntax is case, then expression is, and then when says something as a choice one, then sequence of statements, then when some second choice sequence of statements, and lastly it will be when others. This is optional, but many times it used to be either to enter in high impedance state or make it all zero or something like that. And then in case, by default again this case statement will be within process. So for example, case my value is, my VAL is something I have written here. When 1 A is assigned equal to B, when 3 C is assigned equal to D, when others null, and then end case. So like that this will be the syntax for case statement. Then there is loop statement. So there are three kinds of iteration statements as far as loop is considered. There is a pure loop statement, only loop. Then second one is for loop, and third one is while loop. So first statement, that is syntax for loop, then label will be there, sequence of statements, and maybe you can directly use exit statement to get out, end loop, label. So for in case of for statement, for say for example some variable in range, Then there will be some loop sequence of statements and end loop. And in case of while, there will be while, condition, then loop, then again sequence of statements and end loop and label. In the beginning label, in the end label, something like this. And we can have loop input something, colon, semicolon, then exit when end, something like end loop or something like that. So for example here, for I in 1 to 10 loop, okay, so something aai colon equal to, that is assigned equal to 0, end loop. Or while not end of file loop, input something, end loop. Like this, it will be having all kinds of loops, may contain either a next, and then there may be a exit statement. So like this is a general syntax. So these are some statements which we have seen as a second part in continuation with sequential statements. That is signal assignment statements we have mentioned, then variable assignment statements we have mentioned, then procedure call statement we have seen, if statement, case statement, and loop statement. Thank you.